Okay, so you want to know what loadouts you should be using to help you win more games. We're going over loadouts that cover short range, long range, aggressive, passive, all those playstyles. So there's definitely a good loadout for you in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. To start, we have the Prowler and the G7. This loadout is especially good on controller because of how good the Prowler is up close and how good the aim assist is on a G7. It allows you to both scope enemies from afar and destroy people up close. The Prowler has some of the highest DPS in the game, and it's probably one of the most common to find on the ground. And like I said, it's especially busted on controller. And the G7 is probably the best long range weapon in the game right now, over the longbow or charge rifle or something like that. One reason for this is because the light ammo pool is crazy right now. This loadout is especially good in ranked, especially based on the playstyle everyone is using. So I highly suggest you give this one a try. For this next loadout, all we're going to be doing is swapping out the G7 for the Nemesis. If you're not already using the Nemesis, then you're definitely missing out. It has some of the most crazy DPS in the game and is even good up close. What's even better about it is that you can just hold down your shoot button and you will continue to shoot. I think it's a stupid gun. I think it should be taken out instantly. It's really broken, but while we have it, you should use it. A lot of people don't think so, but I think the hip fire of this gun is actually really crazy. You're not going to need to use it though because you have the Prowler. Being able to switch between these weapons in tense situations is what makes this loadout so good. Although I said the last loadout was really good for controller, this one is out of the question. If a controller player can get their hands on this loadout, they're going to. At mid-range, you should always be using the Nemesis if you have it. I've been killed by this loadout this season more times than I can count. But honestly, it's really fun to use, so whatever. There is literally zero reason for you not to use this loadout. For this next one, we're going to be switching to the R99 and the 30-30 repeater. If you do manage to get a skull piercer for the 30-30, it will be absolutely devastating to your enemies. Although it is hard to find, it is definitely worth looking for. With the 30-30 you have excellent mid-range and long-range capabilities, and with the R9 you have the highest DPS in the game up close. The headshot multiplier on the R9 makes it feel like the strongest weapon in the game. And if you don't end up hitting your one clip, it's fine because the gun reloads so fast. Overall, there's not many fights you can't take with this loadout. If you're not good with the 30-30, I recommend you go into firing range and get good with it because it's definitely worth it. This is one of the best loadouts in the game because it has some of the highest DPS per weapon. Plus, both weapons feel very common to pick up on the ground. The R9 is definitely the best SMG up close even when you're comparing it to the Prowler. Nothing compares to that feeling of getting a one clip with the R9. If you agree with that, maybe you could, like, maybe even sub. For this next one, our primary weapon is going to be the triple take instead of the 30-30. Now, I know what you're thinking, the triple take sucks, nobody likes it, but you're wrong. The triple take is the best pressure weapon from range. Not only can you get high damage, but you can do it from a very far distance. If you ever want to stop a team from pushing you or your teammates, just use the triple take and they will not be able to get there. You can provide constant damage and pressure whilst leveling up your Evo shield. It also has some really nice hip fire if it ever comes down to it, but that's what the R9 is for. And last, we have my favorite loadout of the video. This loadout includes the Volt and the Wingman. The Volt does consistently high DPS, and the extended mag further ensures that you can one-clip your enemy more consistently. This loadout is especially good up close because you can crack people with the Wingman and then come finish them off with the Volt, or vice versa. This is probably the funnest and most skillful loadout you can do, so no one can talk shit. Both weapons are incredibly satisfying to use, and I think you should give all of these loadouts a go. And if you did enjoy this video or it did help you out, please consider liking and subscribing. See ya!